It's actually not a circle skirt, it's 3/4 of Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm making a Barbie dress. Have not done that in probably at least a year, but I'm making a Barbie dress from Princess and the Pauper. And this is like one of my favorite dresses from that movie, so I don't know why I've never made it, but today's the day. And I did already dye the fabric. This used to be white. It's actually very beautiful fabric. It has these embroidered butterflies on it. I got some footage of dyeing it, so you'll see that in a second. Going to be selling it, so stay tuned for that. And I'm just gonna dive right into it, and I'm starting with the bodice this time because for the skirt I'm going to have chiffon like on the edge, and I'm waiting for that to go on sale next week. So I'm gonna start with the bodice. Anyway, I do need to start out by cutting the skirt out of this because I'm using the remainder of the fabric for the bodice. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Barbie dresses ever. I'm gonna cut this fabric, but I'm gonna show you the dyeing footage first. So here's the situation. I tried dyeing this fabric yesterday, and this is a very hard color to nail. Some pictures it's blue, some pictures it's purple. You really can't tell. So you know me, I don't take things too seriously. I do not measure at all. I just don't. But I tried not measuring out the dye yesterday, and I ended up running out of the color I think I need more of. So I had to look at some color formulas, and I have my tablespoons, and we're gonna try to actually get a good color. Bro, why is this pink? Oh my gosh, this got dyed pink a little. I think it's because I dried it with some towels that were stained. Anyway, this is the color I was getting yesterday. It's like straight up purple. So today, I'm gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, maybe a skosh of this. And we're gonna see if we can get the right color here. And I'm doing it in my sink. I think I've actually determined, I don't think that the RIT formulas are very accurate. I just followed it to a T, did a little test scrap, and it did not turn out how I wanted, so I kind of had to do it my own. I think I got what I wanted, so I'm gonna put it in here, and I'm actually really nervous. And if this doesn't go well, I don't know. Once I've dyed this though, I have even more satin to dye. I have to recreate my mixture. You know what? I'm liking the color. The only thing I don't like is that the butterfly embroidered stuff, it dyes darker since it's thread, I suppose. I don't really like that, but there's nothing I can do about that. And I don't want to get this on my really nice, expensive hoodie, but I don't have any other clothes. And I'm not wearing anything under this. I had to take my dad to a colonoscopy this morning. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll remember when I made my Lucy Gray dress, I had to take my dad to a colonoscopy, and that was a year ago. It was time for his checkup, and it went well. I waited there for 2 hours, read my book, and he's all good. I've also convinced my dad and my sister to go on a trip with me in May. We're gonna go to London, Paris, Amsterdam, maybe Brussels. That's undecided, but 100% Amsterdam. I am making the pilgrimage to The Hague because I need to see the goldfinch. It's my favorite book, one of my favorite paintings. I've got to see that painting in real life. So that's what's new with my life. I have enough credit card miles to get a free flight, so catch me in Amsterdam. I need to know these answers. It seems like so out of character for me, but I've kind of had a big burst of inspiration since the new year. Hopefully it keeps up because I really do like sewing things, and the past year has just been, I don't know, kind of hard. Not like mentally, like I've been actually having a great year, but as far as work goes, it's been hard. But I think this year is gonna be better. You know what? I don't know if I'm gonna have enough of this fabric. Oh no. Cut the cameras 1 second. I averted that crisis. I was thinking I was not gonna have enough because this has longer sleeves, but then I remembered that this skirt, it goes like that. So I actually could cut off less than I thought I had to for the skirt. You can kind of see it here. We're just gonna let that hang and find a bodice pattern. Alexa, pause. I'm cutting out the bodice pieces. I'm using the Guinevere bodice pattern It's on Etsy. I will link it below. It's by my friend. He makes great patterns. This is tried and true. I'm gonna make my own sleeve pattern for it, but for the bodice, yeah, I'm just gonna use this. Modifying it a little bit. It's a bit of like a square-ish neckline, and hers is a little more scooped, so yeah, I need to figure that out. Shan't be too hard. Yesterday, I sewed these bodice pieces together, and I'm adding this gold trim right here right now, and I did also interface them, although it's kind of coming off of the sleeve. I need to re-iron that. This is my progress. I also have the lining, so once I put that trim on the other side, I'm going to put the lining on, and then we can figure out the sleeves. Once it gets to here, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's almost done, but it's really not almost done. But I like to tell myself it's almost done because The Bachelor came out last night, and my mom and I are gonna watch it in a couple hours, so I need to finish this so I can watch my show. Anyway, it's sunny. Last day of sun, and then we're going into clouds again. Okay, I need somebody to explain to me why every time I ever make a bodice like this with sleeves, I really don't get it. One side, the lining will match up perfectly, okay? And then the other side, somehow, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, do you see the seam on the sleeve is all the way down here? Like, why is this sleeve 2 inches longer or wider or whatever than this one? And it's always only on the one, and it's always the lining, and then I had to pick apart the lining and like cut the fabric. Like, I really don't get it. Am I stupid? I don't understand. So now I have to unpick this. I love when I literally have the perfect amount of trim left. I have like 3 inches left of this trim that I put on here. That looks really good. So I did line it. I added this trim up here. I actually did a double trim. I did this lace and the gold on top of it. And I think now I should probably figure out the sleeves situation before I put in the boning. And then it just needs grommets and it needs the edges bound and it will be done. Except the sleeves are gonna take a while because I'm gonna decorate them a little bit. I found some lace that I think will be perfect. I'm making it a little bit more elevated than the cartoon, but that's fine because it's a cartoon from 2002, which is the year I was born. Wait, Alexa, when did Barbie, Princess and the Pauper come out?
Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper was released in 2004.
Oh, 2004. My sister was born that year. Sleeves are cut out. I was gonna line the sleeves with the matte satin, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted them to be a lighter weight, so I had this lining fabric that I just basted them together. And now, while they're still flat, I'm gonna sew on the bottom part, and I'm really excited about this. I have this lace trim, and I'm gonna layer it with this pink one that I have, gather them both together. So it'll be gathered like that on the bottom, and I might add like pearls or something, maybe some gold. So I'm gonna sew that onto the hem of the sleeves before I put them into the bodice, just because it's way easier to do it while it's still flat. We've got to film. The bodice is done. I hand sewed it for a few hours last night. I'll show it to you actually. Is this not just so gorgeous? It does need a modesty panel in the back, but I really like how the sleeves turned out. I might sew on some beads or something to add to these sleeves because I think I want some gold on them, but it's really pretty, and I actually think I could not have gotten a more perfect color for this fabric. So we're starting on the skirt today, and I am really excited about it. Also, I'm thinking about getting like an actual camera for my YouTube videos because I'm getting really sick and tired of filming on my phone. It takes up so much storage, and I feel like a camera would look better. And then it's like hard for me because I also make TikToks. I have to go between YouTube, TikTok, and it's like kind of a lot to switch back and forth on the phone. I really want a camera, but they're so expensive. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying before that? Oh, the skirt. Yeah, we're gonna work on this skirt. There's 2 skirts for this one, but this is stunning, and it's comfortable too. It fits really well. The inside of it for the bottom, usually I use like bias binding, but this time I used hem tape and I sewed it down on this side and flipped it over and then sewed it down here hand sewed. And then for the armholes, I did use binding, and I just hand sewed those while watching Modern Family last night. But I'm gonna tidy this room up a little bit and we can start the skirts. Right now, I admit, this looks like grandma curtains, but it's gonna look good. Oh my gosh, my skin is so bad right now. For the skirt, it's kind of like stretching out right now. I bought a bunch of pink chiffon, light pink chiffon. I'm gonna do a ruffle of that, and under that, a slightly longer ruffle of this white lace, because I've had this bolt in my closet for years, and I don't know why I bought an entire bolt of this ugly lace, but I did. So we're ruffling it. I think this was like 8 inches, and then the chiffon ruffle will be like 6 inches. And then the pink lace that I put on the sleeves, I actually have a shorter version too, and if I like how it looks, I'll put that on top of the pink chiffon to bring in this darker pink, because right now I have a lighter pink. And that's my plan for the skirt. This is the pink chiffon I have. It was between this one and a more dusty colored one, but this lace is dusty colored, so I'm probably gonna lay it on top. I just spent like an hour ruffling up this lace. This is an 8-inch version for the overskirt, and then I have a 10-inch version for the underskirt. And I believe I'm gonna do the same thing for this, but the ruffle and the overskirt I think will be like 6 inches, maybe 7, and then the underskirt will be 8 inches. I think. I got 5 yards of this. I hope it's enough to ruffle the fabric, and I also hope it's not too much, because I'll be really mad if I have a ton left over. Do you hear Hubert? Hi, come in. I think I've talked about how Hubert is a special needs cat on this channel before. And you know that song, well, all the songs are good in Princess and the Pauper, but the one that she sings to her cat that's special and different because he's like a dog. I sing that to Hubert all the time because he's not like other cats. And I'm actually being serious. The vet doesn't know what's wrong, but it's kind of like the equivalent of autism, but in a cat. Isn't that right, my baby? Yes. So I actually sing that song from Princess and the Pauper to Hubert all the time. It's our song. He's unamused. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this out. I hate chiffon. You know what one of the simplest blessings is? When you're trying to serge a sheer fabric and it actually lets you, because I would say about 90% of the time, if I'm doing this to chiffon or organza on like the straight grain, it just falls right off because it, what's the word? Not sheds. Frays. It frays so much that it falls off. I think that, I don't want to jinx anything, but I think I'll be able to hem all of this chiffon on my serger. It's 1 o'clock. I've been working since 9. Hubert over there doesn't have to work. He sits in the sun. I've been ruffling these things since 9 a.m. basically. The best life hack I can give you if you're ruffling a bunch of ruffles is to set that sewing machine to the longest stitch possible and crank up that tension, and then you just gotta sew and it ruffles it for you. Isn't that life-changing? I think I need to ruffle more of this though. I was getting really sick and tired of serging it, so I just cut it off and I was like, maybe that'll be enough to ruffle, but I don't think it was. I'm so jealous of that cat. I'm freezing. But now I have the lace and the chiffon all ruffled. So the next step is to take the skirts off of that. They've been hanging, stretching out, and they should be stretched now, so we'll even out the hems. I'm losing my focus. I just ate an apple. Oh my gosh. I made the best chai for myself this morning. Back in like fall, I had bought tea bags of chai, pumpkin spice chai. To my stupid self, I was like, oh, I'll stop going to Starbucks. I can make it at home. But I didn't realize that the concentrate is what makes it delicious, because the tea bags itself is just really bitter. I'm gonna sneeze. So I looked up a little recipe yesterday morning, and I made one yesterday and today because I wanted to use the tea bags up. So good. It was 2 of the tea bags in a 1/4 cup of boiling water. Steep it for like 5 minutes. And then you add a 1/4 cup of cold water. And then you add like a 1/2 cup of milk with a lot of ice in it. Stir it up. Oh, and I did like 2 or 3 teaspoons of sugar. And it was delicious. I'm still thinking about it. This is her all evened out on the bottom. So this skirt goes like that. I wish this one went in further, but I only had enough for a half circle skirt. So we're gonna have to work with that. I think I might make this hoop smaller, and one thing that I absolutely hate is that when you do a skirt like this where it's one that's only kind of in the back, it makes the hoop skirt pop out like this, which is really annoying. I don't know what to do about it. I might put like a bustle thing back here so that it poofs out. I really don't know, but I'm gonna start adding these ruffles to it. I'm really vibing with this hair today. It's a dirty hair day. Yesterday, I hate when you can see me in the mirror in the back. Yesterday, I worked on the overskirt. I think I worked on it for 6 hours and I finished all of it. And now I'm doing the same thing I did yesterday to the overskirt on the underskirt with the ruffles, but it's gonna take less time today because yesterday I had to cut out all this chiffon, hem it, ruffle it. Now it's ready to be sewn on to this circle skirt I have here, to the hem of that. We're gonna put this and the white lace and also maybe this if I have enough. I feel like I had something else to say, but I can't remember it. I actually look really good today. I never put my hair in a bun, but it's so dirty. So I just kind of stuck it up there, but you know what? It's kind of looking really good. Okay, the ruffle is on. It took like an hour and a half maybe. And I'm going to add on this because there's a ton of it, like way more than I thought there was. So I think there will be enough for this. It's actually not a circle skirt, it's 3/4 of it's a 3/4 circle skirt, but I think there should be enough of this. It'll probably take another half an hour. I even did my hair like Erica, you guys.